Hello, beautiful. Do you ever talk to your higher self and do you get good answers? I do, quite often. I talk to my higher self. Do I get good answers? I get what my little me judges to be quite frustrating answers because usually the main answer I get is that it doesn't matter, whatever I'm asking about. Should I stay or should I go? And then I can sort of mentally do a list of this will happen if you stay and that'll happen if you go, and it's all just, mm, yeah, myself, me knows it doesn't matter, knows it doesn't matter. And I can't predict the outcomes either way anyway. And we know that because we know that we've only got proof of the past. We can't have proof of the future. Hmm. I keep getting that song, should I stay or should I go now? Yeah. Just with lots of, everything in life. We've got so many choices, which is so lucky and great. And a lot of choices that we don't even see because they're not sort of in our little things that we look at. Yeah. Not in our algorithm. Yeah. Because I choose my own algorithm. We all choose our own algorithm. It's just whether we um, see that or not. I got that really clearly when, like, just sort of in the aftermath of COVID, and my husband said, "Aren't you sick of getting all these things on Facebook?" And I'm like, "I don't get those things. I'm really happy I don't get the things that he gets on his. Not that, but I don't even go on Facebook that much." Mm. Same on YouTube though, don't you find? You look at, a thing and you get a whole lot of things like that thing, or that YouTube thinks is like that thing. Mm. But it's a machine, so it can miss the nuances along the way. Yeah. Mm. Which is also why there needs to be so many of us, like humans in the world, because we need the variety. It's a lot of variety. 8 billion variations on a theme. Mm. And we're all different and we're all one. Isn't that incredible? So I ask myself higher self questions, and I mostly get the answer that it doesn't matter. And then I work towards making myself be okay with that answer. Mm. Yeah. I also find for myself, this sort of came up in a conversation yesterday I was having with a couple of younger than me people. They were sort of late 30s, early 40s, and I'm 54. And they were asking me about, what it's like going through your 40s, and I'm like, I found it quite hard. But once I turned 50, then everything was awesome. And I was like on the downhill. But I think I sort of turned them off a bit with this sort of, because they wanted answers about their 40s. And I was like, yeah, did a lot of learning in my 40s. But I'm having so much more fun in my 50s that I don't really want to go back there. I learned lots of things that I needed to learn. Yeah. And I don't want to put anyone off their 40s. Lots of people have amazing breakthroughs in their 40s. Mm. And I judge myself to be a slow learner. So, you might have amazing epiphanies and sort your life out in your 20s or 30s, which would be amazing. Yeah. As humans, it's quite often we expect teenagers to, like, know what they're going to do with their lives. I just think that's such an awful stress to put on young people. And so many of us, we're older and go, I still don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, and I know I really have felt that a lot with each decade. It's sort of like, I should have my shit together by now. I suppose as part of the not knowing is also accepting not having my shit together. Can I not have my shit together and be okay? Or do I have to go around to all the people and go, oh, look, I've got my shit together. Here's everything that I know and everything that I'm going to do in the future. No. It's something I heard this morning that I was quite like, ooh, to me, was because I've always been really anti-boxes, and I've probably, if you've heard anything I've said before, I've probably talked about it. I don't want to be put in a box, and I just, whenever there's boxes to be ticked or you fit into one of these categories, I'm really resistant to the whole idea. And what it was I can't remember who said it, but they said there's no boxes. What if the whole idea of boxes and being upset about being put in was completely a thing that I made up? So if I made it up, I can let it go. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Mm. Especially because I've pretty much decided that I'm leaving Toastmasters. And I was like, and partly because they keep trying, they keep having these, pathways with boxes to tick and stuff, and I'm really against all that. But I made it all up. That's why everyone else, well, it feels like everyone else there can just sort of cope with doing that. And I'm like, I don't even want to turn on my computer to look at that. Mm. So I'm not going to look at that. Yeah, I'm sort of finding ways that I can just not go at all again. Mm. Do have a few loose ends to tie up there, but yeah. And then my higher self tells me it doesn't even matter if I go again or if I don't. I'd survive another meeting if I went. And a part of me also feels like I might let other people down if I don't go. But that's my experiment of my 50s, is saying no and putting me before other people. It might not sound like much, but it's really big for me to, not like, what if one person missed me? I'd have to go for that one person. What if I don't? They've got my phone number and my email address. Yeah. So while my higher self says it doesn't matter, this little 3D me is learning to say no. I had thought I was going to come in and sort of try doing a channeling thing, and then I ended up doing this. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for being with me. Bye.